Hey everybody, Tekking101 here to review Torico chapter 322, titled Seismic Tremor. Now, what is this seismic tremor? Don't worry about it, it's not a big deal, it's not going to lead to the end of the world or anything. Anyway, so chapter begins where we continue with the Festival of Drinking Pear, and it's continuing long into the night. This is giving off some weird vibes of deja vu. In fact, this is exactly like what happened at the end of the last arc when they were eating air underneath the tree, and that festival went long into the night, and hey, things went south from there pretty damn quickly, guys. So I don't think you should let your guard down. I wouldn't imagine if everyone's sitting around drinking pear, and then Torico and the gang are like, man, this is great. Where's Neo? Are they going to pop out of the shadows again and rip out freaking Komatsu's brain this time? Like, they're kind of on guard. But no, everyone's happy. You know, the tree's all lit up like the planetarium, and the monkeys are all having this big festival, and everyone just seems to be having a grand old time. We have the second team of that expedition unit arriving from Human World. That's the one Damala and Livebearer and Chiru are all in, and they start drinking pear, and we get a scene with them all changing genders. And for a second there, I thought, like, oh, Chiru's going to turn into a female, but then I started thinking, wait, yeah, Chiru was already confirmed to be a female at that one time that everyone just kind of forgot about. So technically, she would be male now in this scene, just throwing that out there. Thankfully, we don't get to see female Livebearer. Thank fucking Christ for that. But yeah, the cooler part here is we actually get to see Birthcry Tree flittering down all the other pears that were in its branches. Remember that there was like conventional pears and then the pears that were part of the Quinta Mandrill's body. Those were apparently two different types of pear, and the ones that are on the tree, I guess, like boast, you know, smaller quantities of the soup. Like, they come down and the soup comes out of them as well, but it's not nearly as much as when the amount that they took off of Bambina's body, because that's like still geysering forth pear, and these ones only contain about as much as in like the actual sphere itself. And so everyone's kind of freaking out by this because all these pears are fluttering down and they're all being prepared absolutely perfectly, so what the hell's going on? The spirit of Kaka mentions that it's a good thing I wasn't reviewing this entire arc from the beginning, because I'd have to snicker every time I had to say her freaking name, okay? Kaka comes forth and says that it's actually because Bambina is actually on the top of the tree right now, fulfilling the conditions to create pear or properly cook it over and over and over again. And the conditions to cook the conventional pears that are on Birthcry Tree is actually remarkably simple. You don't need to do the dance and all that crap. All you need to do is if you're a Quinta Mandrill, all you need to do is kiss a member of the same species of the opposite gender while on top of the tree, and then that will cause the pear to become forth. And since there's so many pears coming off the tree, we cut to the top of the tree where we see Zange completely passed out, basically in a coma, and Bambina's just holding on to her, I guess, as the fruits are constantly falling. So yeah, they're having some fun up there, to say the least. Well, at least Bambina is. Zange's kind of, yeah, he might be possibly dead. His spine might be broken, actually. That's a legitimate possibility there. But aside from that fact, it's funny because Torico's freaking out, like, wait a second, so Zange is a female now, so that's why Bambina keeps kissing him, and that's why the pears are falling. And Sunny brings up the more logical argument of, wait a second, that doesn't make any he's not a fucking Quinta Mandrill, that doesn't even make any fucking sense, you know, it doesn't matter if he's male or female, whatever, I guess pear doesn't really matter, it's more about true love, I guess, as long as Bambina falls in love truly, I guess it doesn't matter what the species is. But yeah, even more pears fall down, Takimaru grabs one, and they, you know, begin to billow forth the soup, and Livebearer brings up a note about this. He mentions, like, the differences between the conventional pear and the real pear, because they had to go through so much trouble getting the real pear, you know, fighting the Monkey King, and this conventional one can be prepared just by a kiss. And Kaka brings up the fact that actually this is the only situation that really only involves Bambina, the Monkey King himself. If any other creature were to attempt this, I don't know if it just means by any creature in Area 7 or just the Quinta Mandrill species, but basically if anybody except Bambina tries this, they would have to eat the other person, not just a mere kiss. So, I mean, I guess that's the true, you know, way to give birth to pear. I mean, that makes sense given the fruit's aspects, you know, life and death, you know, oh, you know, I have to eat somebody to complete the two different sides, and then that will give birth to a small conventional pear. But yeah, not only that, but the individuals of those two, the ones that have to eat each other, their gourmet cells have to be on a comparable level as well. She then delves into a little bit more important information. This is probably the stuff that she was going to tell everybody in the last chapter, but nobody could see her. But now, since, you know, it's kind of funny, we have one of the rarest ingredients in existence that's literally just like frothing forth, so we have more than we could possibly use. So everybody can apparently see the back channel now and witness Kaka give this information. Yeah, she begins expositing about the blue nitro and something that also pertains to the next dish in Acacia's full course, which will be the fish dish, another. It hasn't been confirmed in this chapter, but I believe it was confirmed somewhere else. I think Mitsutoshi might have even mentioned this in some like interview or something. The next continent, Area 6, it's going to be a sea continent. It's pretty much obvious from what we'll see later in this chapter, but I thought I should just bring it up now. Anyway, though, we then cut away from this exposition that Kaka's going to lay out, because who would want to know about Acacia's, fish diss another? No one would want to know about that, right? So anyway, we cut away to what looks like a lollipop forest, I guess. I don't even know if this is still in Area 7, but let's see what's going on here. Yeah, man, monkey king! Aw, damn it, this hurts. You know, as I suffer here being perpetually nailed by this massive energy laser beam of death, sent 100 miles per second, I have to wonder, maybe we Blue Nitro were wrong. Maybe we should share Acacia's full course with all the members of the world and not just hoard it all to ourselves. Maybe we should bring the Red Nitro back inside and treat them like family, as they truly are. Yeah, that'll be what we do. Ah, fuck it! Suck it, Moon! Flawless victory! Oh yeah, sure, if by flawless victory you mean you got your ass handed to you by a poop-chucking primate, yeah, sure, totally, you are the king. So we have the Blue Nitro that was posing as Kaka as she's continuing being like he or she, I don't even know the gender at this point, being blasted by Bambina's laser beam of death he shot out of his mouth that's still, flying, so she eventually gets free of that, and then we see Pear there, and they just begin explaining exactly how the 8 kings have grown, particularly Bambina. Or wait, no, is it Bambino? Interesting fact that Pear mentions that the name actually changed, and now he's going as Bambina. Now, in Italian, I believe Bambino means baby, and Bambina means child, so maybe this is a reference to the Monkey King constantly getting stronger. They said that Bambino used to be the name of the previous Monkey King's lover, so why he would choose to go with that name and, not, I guess his original name is Bambino, I'm not sure. I don't know if it refers to anything. But, yeah, Pear mentions that it really doesn't matter what he's going by, considering the fact that he's gotten a lot stronger since the last time they fought. Fake Kaka Imposter then removes her turban, revealing that it's an afro, okay, random afro. I never thought I'd see a Blue Nitro with an afro, but there we go, move over, Brooke. But anyway, yes, apparently the 8 Kings are now getting to the level that they can actually contend with the Blue Nitro, and that tends to piss them right the hell off. They don't like this. They even mentioned that it was the Monkey King's original ancestors which drank Pear from the beginning, and now that they're the scum that came from the earth. So this might be referring to the fact, how whenever the stone thing crashed into earth and that began like, that incredible evolution, maybe that's when the 8 Kings began to emerge, or at least the predecessors of the 8 Kings were to emerge. It would be funny if Earth, the Earth in this world is pretty much the same as Earth now, except it has that extra, material all around it. So I would find it funny that the 8 Kings were just species that maybe mutated with current species on the planet, hundreds of millions of years ago in like the Cretaceous period, and then they just began to into these hybrids we see now. That's why, there are such things as like horses in this universe, but they're not normal horses. They're like, crossbred through, hundreds, like millions of years, and now they get like, the Phantom Herricks and the Janus unicorns, and that's how we end up with the stuff we get now. Probably something very similar for the Monkey Kings. Also brings up the fact that even though it didn't get to eat Pear itself, it still referenced the fact that it could see or hear the voices coming from the back channel. So, they know something's up. They're a little bit agitated right now. They want to figure out, they want to get their hands on Pear, which there's more than enough to go around right now, so that actually worries me. They would be able to get their hands on it fairly easily now. A Pear, as in the Blue Nitro Pear, man, this is going to get confusing, then brings up the fact that they have to obtain the recipes of the other three chefs, that's referring to the taste hermits, and that Acacia will be tired of waiting for it as well when the next solar eclipse emerges. We still don't get an exact date on this solar eclipse. I would like to get just a timetable on this. I know Ichirayu mentioned like way back, it was a couple of months ago, but that was, revealed to be false information. So can we just get like a timetable on this, like in 1, 2 months, a year, the solar eclipse is going to happen? But yeah, more importantly though, Acacia may be possibly still alive. My theory is that, of course, since Acacia went to like the final land, which is basically outer space, so maybe Acacia is still alive. He's just not on the planet. He's out there traveling. He would be over 500-600 years old at this point, but hey, it's pretty much revealed in this universe. As long as you keep eating delicious food, you can basically live forever. Next scene we cut over to will be the Sea Mountain, which is revealed to be the Shoku Chi hideout. That's the place Baranchi was headed with Air a couple chapters back. He went to go see Medora at a request that Torico gave him, oddly. So then we see Baranchi arriving in the headquarters, coming face to face with Medora. Oh my god, all the rumors were true. Demonic appearance, intimidating aura, and that epic fucking beard. God, I want one. I kind of grow one, maybe? Can I grow one as a Tengu? I don't know. Maybe I could try. Anyway, yeah, Torico gave me this request, so I have to deliver air to you. I really don't know why, and I'm kind of really confused we're even doing this, but considering, you know, you captured hundreds of chefs and pretty much tried to kill us, but, yeah, sure, here, have one of Acacia's full course, just on the house, I guess. So now, we finally get a cool thing. We get a flashback to see when Torico first met with Medora. Remember back when the time skip just actually, like the first, you know, chapter after the time skip, it was revealed that Torico met Medora and got Komatsu back, and everyone was kind of annoyed because it's just like, really? I kind of want to see what that happened. Well, I mean, honestly, now that I think about it, I don't think that event really would have been that amazing. I mean, at that point, the Bashoku Kai was pretty much all cleaned out. I mean, I'm sure they had a couple foot soldiers, but, you know, Torico would have no problem handling them. Star June, but we don't get to see him when, you know, Torico confronts Medora, so maybe he just kind of stayed out of it. Green Patch, no idea what's going on with him, and, you know, everyone else is pretty much either dead or with Neo at that point, so there would be really no one for Torico, I mean, to get in his way when he got to Gourmet, when he got to the Bashoku High headquarters. So he pretty much, I guess, just, you know, beats up all the foot soldiers, manages to get up to Medora's room, and, you know, he's just like, oh, cool, good job getting here. I just followed Komatsu's scent. But more importantly, why'd you kill my dad? I don't know, I guess fate. It was destined that we would fight. That's kind of a cop-out answer. Yeah, well, whatever, it's over now. Interesting fact that Medora does not actually mention that he's not the one that killed Ichirayu. It was the Blue Nitro all along. I have no idea why he would keep this information away from Torico, because Medora would probably have something beef to fight against the Blue Nitro as well. Say, hey, no, it wasn't me that killed your dad. It was freaking, you know, the Blue Nitro. They kicked his ass. They killed my brother. I kind of want their asses too. But, you know, Medora kind of plays it cool or whatever. He doesn't really do anything like that. He doesn't say anything to Torico about that. Torico brings up the fact that all Ichirayu wanted from the beginning was just all of them to have a meal together, Medora included. He then asks him what exactly is his goal now that, you know, after Ichirayu is dead and everything. A little side note here, Toriko's wounds got magically healed when talking to Medora. I mean, this isn't really something that's really that amazing. I mean, when we see freaking sound being able to revitalize your body and your wounds, the fact that Medora could just look at Torico the right way and all of a sudden his wounds would be healed, that wouldn't be too shocking. Just another ability he has, I guess. Or maybe, wait, actually now I'm thinking about it, maybe it's possible that, could Medora have assimilated Ichirayu's minority world? And that's how he was just able to heal Torico like that, like make the minorities in his body heal him, but yeah, I'll just put that on the back burner for now, maybe I'll call that shit dance later. But yeah, he asks him what exactly his goal is. And Medora says to him, well, my goal is basically in the past, and I guess it's to have Acacia's full course. Torico then says, okay, cool, well, I'll just get them all to you, and I mean, we're just going to send them to the human world too, and we'll all eat Acacia's full course together, including you. This causes Medora to laugh, the only second time he was ever shown to do that, the first time being with Komatsu, and he even brings this up. It's like, oh, I don't know what's with your combo, Torico, but you just really make me laugh. Alright then, I request to you Acacia's full course. And that brings us to the moment today. Torico sent Baranchi to go deliver air to Medora just so they could have a meal together. I would have sent Medora an invitation like, hey, after we've collected all of 8 Acacia's full course, here, come and have a party in Area 1, and we'll have this huge dining table, and then you can join us, you know? But
Dearest Medora, you are cordially invited to attend a dinner party to celebrate the gathering of Acacia's full course menu. Where? Area 1. Battle Wolves will serve as your valet. When? At the next Gourmet Solar Eclipse. Here's the menu. Oh, and by the way, wait till you find out what pear is actually made of. Lol.
Yeah, the next part is pretty much just talking about what's going on next and how what's going on with another, the fish dish. We have Star June appear, who looks pretty much the same, except for the fact that his eye doesn't have that, the giant eye Cyclops thing coming out of his forehead. It's back down to just that little dot. I don't know if he can just open that at will, but interesting that that's not there anymore. Yeah, so Star June is there, and he, he introduces Baranchi to Medora, and he says that, oh, don't worry, all the chefs are cool and everything, that's fine. And now we have to get pear, I guess, to get delivered to Medora somehow, and also they start talking about another. Most notably, Medora brings up that another is a place where a Bashokia cannot do anything. I'm guessing this has something to do with just it can be only achieved by chefs. Like, if you're not a chef, then there's nothing you can do. Now, this might call back to that one scene where Mappy back in Area 8 was talking about all the different obstacles in Gourmet World, like a mountain range where you cannot breathe. That was obviously revealed to be the zero G mountain range. So then we also have a gate that you can't pass through unless you're a spirit, which is probably going to be what's relating to pear pair. Maybe how you get to Area 6 is you have to have pair in order to see the back channel in order to get through that gate. But there was also a cave where you age like 200 times, you know, normal, and then a valley where you can't think or your thoughts slip away. So I don't know if it's one of those obstacles that they're talking about, like a Bishokia cannot do anything. But certainly I'm thinking Area 6, which is, Medora mentions Area 6 is really close to the Sea Mountain, is a place where, you know, maybe brute force won't be necessary in order to obtain another. You have to use some other method in order to get it, which only a chef would know. For that reason, he sends Starjune and Brunch over to Toriko's group to kind of help them out. So, last thing to the chapter, and kind of the big shocker here, we cut back over to the area underneath the Birthcry Tree, where Spirit Kaka is delivering her final words on the situation here, and she brings up that the solar eclipse is just a heating adjustment, and it will be completely right the next time it happens. After that, it will collapse. So, a little bit confusing what she's talking about here. She's saying, okay, the solar eclipse, and when that happens, it will be fully cooked. What will be fully cooked, Kaka? And it's revealed that from several hundred million years ago, when the gourmet cells first arrived on the planet, pretty much confirming Coco's hypothesis right there, that the Earth has been being cooked. Okay, we could go somewhere with this. All right, hold on this for a second. Okay, so the Earth is being cooked, indicative that the Earth is one giant ingredient. Now, what kind of creature has been hypothesized in this series that could possibly eat an entire planet? Oh, right! That thing. Yeah, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. And actually, going beyond that, if you really think about it, there's 8 planets in our solar system. I mean, minus Pluto, but, you know, just chuck that away. 8 planets in the solar system, guys. So I'm gonna lay out the idea that it might not just be Earth that's being cooked. Maybe the other planets in this reality also have gourmet cells in them the same way that Earth does, and maybe the entire freaking solar system is just gonna turn out to be one massive full course, you know? So that's my theory right there. It's gonna go just beyond Earth here, especially since we keep talking about, you know, the final land, beyond God and beyond. So yeah, I don't know where this is going in terms of like, okay, the Earth is food, you know, how's Torico and the gang gonna stop that? I mean, how are they gonna stop a giant alien demon king thing to just pick up the Earth and just take a fucking bite out of it? Like there's nothing they can do about that currently. So, I mean, this might be setting up like the final end game of maybe the Gourmet World arc, I mean, saga, which we're not probably gonna get to for several years, but I mean, at least we get the vibe going, all right? So what are your thoughts on the Earth being basically a giant slow-cooked roast, as well as my theory on the rest of the solar system? The sun is also included in there, though, because you said who will bite the sun. But hey, maybe that just means the solar eclipse is like the timer, and then when that goes off, then the Demon King wakes the fuck up and is just like, okay, time to start eating my full course. But yeah, next I guess I should ask is, which do you think will be heading to Area 6? Because we pretty much have the entire cast of characters at the ready on standby on Area 7, so however they're going to get to Area 6, I have no idea. Kaka's probably going to, you know, tell them how to get there in the process. I hope we get on this train, like in the next couple chapters, we'll probably get the new camping monster, what we're going to use to get to the Area 6, and we might get a little bit of explanations. And actually, that's a good thing why all the chefs are there now, because they're going to need probably as many chefs as they could get. So maybe Chiro will be coming along, maybe Dama, maybe pretty much Brunchy, of course, is coming. Starjune is as well. So yeah, that'd be really interesting to see which group is heading to Area 6, what Area 6's layout is like, and what it means by exactly you can't do anything if you're a Bishokuya. But I guess it's a positive they got Komatsu on their team now. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Tekking101 signing out.